Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard to another stream. Hello, Alex. Hello, Tommy. Glad you can make it. So today we will be starting Enderal, which is a total conversion mod for Skyrim. And so I like this. So this was originally released for the original version of Skyrim, but very recently we released a version for the special edition of Skyrim, which I thought would never happen. So I was very excited to see that they had released a special edition version. And the moment I saw it, I knew I had to play it. Because, let me tell you, this is a very interesting story. It's not like very many video game stories that I've played before. And it actually made me think in a way that most games do not. It's not for everyone. It is a bit dark, not very happy, not very kid-friendly, Tommy. So we'll see how it goes. So the way this is gonna work, I've already made my character. I spent a lot of time making my character. But we're going to play a new game up until a point up until a certain point. And then once we get that point, we'll load the save with the character I've already made. So you guys are in for a ride. Well, you see, Alex, I know character creation is content, but if we streamed my character creation process, we would be here for all of the stream, plus the next one, and maybe the one after that. So yeah, that is that's why I pre-made my character. Let me tell you, when I play Skyrim, I usually spend more time modding the game and making my character than I do actually playing the game. Because it's not just like making the character in the game. I do a lot of custom work with the like files and stuff outside of the game too. So, fun story. Skyrim modding is how I got introduced to 3D modeling. So, working with outfits in Skyrim Body Slide was basically my first real experience of 3D modeling. So, let's get started. I have to talk with Daddy. He wants to tell me something important. Little burned down house, see some horses. Look, it's a chicken. Wow, I'm barely taller than the chicken. Yeah, they are very small. This is... well, I don't want to spoil anything yet. This game looks gorgeous though. Does not look like a game from 2000. Or 2010, rather.
Oh, hey there. I didn't see you coming. So, how did it go? Did you find it?
What is this place, Daddy?
Where are we?
Where are we?
We're at home, silly. Where else would we be? Just Mommy, sister, you and me. Now tell me, how did it go? Did you find it?
Is the audio working alright for everyone? Like volume-wise?
No? Pity. Maybe you're simply looking in the wrong places. Did you ever think of that? Oh well, who knows. Say, why don't you go inside and see if you can help Mommy with the cooking? The Creator was kind to us today and sent a big fat elk right in front of my bow. All right?
Tommy, your intuition is pretty sharp. Okay. Let me turn down the audio a bit. Wait till we get indoors. See? Nothing creepy going on here at all. Just a heart in a jar. A painting of Kronos eating his son there. Hello, Matthew Yu. Welcome to the stream. We are just a little girl helping her dad do something.
My, I totally forgot what a mess I left here. But I was right, wasn't I? A real gem we've got here. Well then, let's waste no more time and get to it, shall we? What? Now when you look at that, I totally forgot about them. They're dead, don't you remember? You murdered them back then, both of them. But hey, no use crying over spilled milk, right? At least this means there's more meat for the two of us. You still remember how to do this, right? First, off with the skin. Slice up the belly, then out with the entrails. I'll look for a nice sharp knife in the meantime, to cut off the head. I don't think either of us wants to eat that, do we?
But I didn't kill them, Daddy. It was the masked men.
Oh, silly, what's this again? We both know that's a lie. You did it. I remember it all. First, you set this horrible fire to your sister's crib. She screamed and screamed, and Mommy heard it, but when she finally got there, nothing was left of her but burnt flesh. And, oh gosh, do we really need to go through this again? You know how sad it makes me when you do this. You killed them, period. No matter how often you tell me you didn't, it changes nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Now please, let's start cooking. I'm so bloody damn hungry.
But I didn't kill them, Daddy.
Oh, by the Creator's name, why are you telling these lies? Isn't it enough that you murdered us? Do you really have to bother me over and over with your stupid, pathetic, and pointless whining? You know, sometimes I wish the Creator would have made me just a little less merciful. Just a little less pious. Because then I would have realized that you were tainted by sin long before any of this had ever happened. And instead of raising you, feeding you, and loving you like a father does, I would have put you in the horse trough right after you were born.
Okay.
Yes, I should have killed you. I should have just killed you. Just like you killed us. And now, you think you're safe because we're all under the earth, don't you? Well, listen up, my child. You are wrong. And do you know why? Because the dead don't forget. Do you hear me? The dead don't forget. Now enough of this useless chatter. I'm bloody starving. Bring me the meat, you spoiled brat. Bring it to me. Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat. 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 Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat.
Welcome to Enderal, guys.
Let's begin with a question. It might sound simple to you at first, but I pray you to think about it.
I've already played through this.
What distinguishes a free man from a slave?
When preparing for this
For
stream.
now, however,
So,
let us start this story where another one ended 3 years ago, with the death of the Lightborn. For 4,000 years they had reigned over this world, 7 arcanists who, through their magic, had acquired eternal life. In a time of chaos, they gave mankind what they thought it needed most, to be ruled over with an ironclad, fair hand. Within just 1 century, they united the shattered lands, and a single century later, their human origin was forgotten. They became gods, or Lightborn, as they let themselves be worshipped as. Yet the longer they reigned, the louder the voices grew that accused them of tyranny. The loudest being that of Naranzul Aranthiel. And he succeeded in achieving what was once thought impossible. He gathered an army, overturned the Lightborn, and gave back freedom to mankind. However, the price for this was high. Because where there are gaps of power, fights erupt. As such, this world grew into what it is today. Shattered, riven, and broken into pieces. But all of this was merely a diversion, so that no one would notice something else. The death of the Lightborn had set something into motion, clockwork, having long stood still. Its gears now once again slowly began to turn. This is the story of someone who wanted to be free.
They had their own setting. Like these mod creators had their own setting that they've been continuing through different games and making mods for each one. Which is a lot of dedication.
Shh, hey, quiet, damn it. You wanna wake up the entire ship or what?
Look, guys,
Well, sorry. That was a bit hard. It was that dream again, wasn't it? Uh-huh. Seriously, if we had a penny for every night since we met where you woke up screaming, we'd probably be traveling to Enderal in our own starship and... well, not like this. Some things never change, I guess.
He mentioned
Do you ever
starships.
ask yourself if
I'm a
maybe you
little
blame yourself for all of
confused.
this? For what happened to your
I
family, I
think knows
mean?
what a starship is. Technically, I am traveling everywhere in my own starship.
None. You're right. But... who knows? Maybe everything is going to be different now. It's strange, isn't it? The way life sometimes goes. Now, if you had told me that a few weeks ago, I would have at the very least called you insane. But if the stories are true, there's no better place for a fresh start. Can you believe it? Apparently there aren't even any slaves on Enderal. It's amazing. Only this whole blind passenger thing is making my head ache.
A place where there are no slaves. Let's see. Well, none of these choices matter. We'll go. Me too, but we're gonna pay our debt as soon as we earn some money.
We're
over there.
talking about 500 pennies here. Even if we're able to find a job over there, we will still need the money for ourselves. Don't fool yourself. What we're doing here is theft. Unfortunately. But anyway, what's done is done. I just hope the Endralians are easier on Outlanders than the Neramis are. Your mother was a fugitive as well, wasn't she? Where exactly did she come from? You've told me 100 times, but I just keep on forgetting it.
Wow, nice. And we'll just go with the default, because we're not actually going to do anything here.
Ah, Kilay! She fled from that civil war the Black Crescent caused, didn't she? Ironic, isn't it? Seems some parents pass on their face. Anyway. Whew, I'm gonna hit the hay for an hour or so. It's your turn to stand... Wait. You hear that? Shit! Someone's coming!
Women nowadays just don't want a man to court them anymore. That's the problem. I tell ya, sometimes I long for the good old days, back when I could lift a skirt and nobody would bat an eye. Anyway, enough of the chit-chat. Now, where did I put that key?
Oh, blazes, what do they want down here? The lamp! Quickly! Put out the lamp! Good. Now,
You're
quiet.
forced to be a slave?
Aha, here we go.
Like, you don't really, or not a slave, but a servant?
Smells like
Like, you don't
volunteers
really have the option
balls
to
down
quit?
here. Say now, what's that chest supposed to look like?
But yeah.
Small, with the crest of the Blue Island Coalition on it, I think.
Ah, yeah, right.
Anybody that looks
That
in my
guardian
skirt
knows what the
is
captain
getting a
wants it
swift
for
kick.
just shortly before arriving. You go look upstairs. I'll see if I can find
Into
it down
orbit.
here.
Okay.
Oh, shit. They don't leave us any choice. We need to do something quick. You take on the old guy, I'll take the young one. Go!
I am stuck. Okay. Can I move it? Oh, there we go.
Wait. Someone's there.
Through! To the face!
Oh, I missed.
Come on, dodge! You can do it!
Wait, my friend. Isn't that... Yeah, we got karate.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That wasn't part of the plan. Not at all. Oh, what in blazes are we going? Yes, of course, that makes
Let's
sense.
start them up and drag them.
One of them said it's not
When
much
we
longer
arrive,
until we
see
arrive.
that.
With a little luck, no one will notice they're gone until then. Come on, help me search. There must be a rope or something. And I thought we were over the hump when we made it on board.
I don't see
It
a
just
rope here.
can't ever be easy,
I'm sure
can
there's
it?
a rope. So that's good enough.
Lost souls. The probabilities
jeez.
have turned against you.
Oh man, looks like Thanos.
Who are you?
You are confused by my sudden appearance. But my identity is irrelevant. As are you, dear Sirius. Unfortunately.
Ouch.
What?
She just
Oh
called me
shit, please don't
irrelevant.
tell anyone we're down here, please. We didn't mean any harm. These guys were just...
You ask that I not reveal you, for your intentions were not evil. And I
I
believe
think
you,
she's just...
but sadly,
Looks like the
it's
graveyard
not
outfit.
compassion that rules my deeds. The first beat of a wing must happen. It is the only way the probabilities will fall into place.
Also, she's not
This
really
is the way it
there.
has to be.
She's
The
got
way
the
it has been
hood
for eons.
and a face mask.
I am sorry.
But that's not really a veil.
What the... Oh no! No! What are you doing, please? Please don't leave! We just wanted to...
After we had left Ostian, the two of you hid in the cargo and lived on our stocks. Then when Rick and Sebald found you, you gave them a beating.
No.
And all of a sudden,
No,
a
he's not
veiled
found
woman
out.
appeared and knocked you out with wild magic.
So basically,
Is that
you were
about it?
stowaway.
Yes,
In some ship.
I know it sounds
In the
crazy,
palace.
but it's the truth. Please, my dame, we didn't have a choice. You've got to believe us. The war, we just wanted a second chance. That's all.
A second chance. Yes, I think I understand you. You wanted to start a new life in a new land. And as my ship is one of the
understandable.
only ships still sailing the
Angry?
route since the wars, you were simply forced to board without paying.
Yes, we could work for you. You know, we could scrub the deck, peel potatoes, anything to pay off our debt. And as soon as we've arrived...
heartbreaking. How truly, truly heartbreaking. But let's be honest. You did have a choice. You could have signed on like all the others did, but you didn't. Instead, you've nested on my ship like flesh maggots, enjoying the good life while my crew actually had to earn their keep. And now you're feeding me this bullshit about veiled women and wild magic? How stupid do you think I am? I know your kind. You are cutthroats, filchers. At least have the guts to admit it.
What? No. You're wrong. Please, just let me explain. I
don't give a shit for your explanations. If there's one thing I hate more than cowards, it's people trying to pluck my heartstrings. You two are scum. And there's only one kind of punishment for scum on my ship. Pull him up, Ruger.
But Captain, they...
Do it.
Of course, Captain. I'm sorry, lad. You should have stayed in their room.
But... You can't do this.
Oh, believe me, I can.
No.
Rick, serious.
Oh, well, look at that. Someone's woken up. Rise and shine. Tie him and his friend together and feed them to the fish. Good luck in your new life, friend.
Ouch. Rip us. Oh, look, another cutscene. That was fast? Yeah, it shouldn't take... Breathe.
Tell me, what is time to the dead dreaming anyway?
So many people just talk, and
How
never...
does it feel to be powerless?
This is about your damn pride, Tina.
I know I'm not real. At least not according to your definition.
I know damn well I'm Tina.
It's just... There was nothing I could do.
This isn't happening. But then again,
This just isn't happening.
What is reality anyway?
Selfish fool!
What is reality, anyways? Oh, look. Another vague cutscene. I'm not gonna lie. The writing in the beginning is not fantastic. Hello, Jason. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. I am doing very well. Okay. This is basically where you pick all our skills. And I'm just gonna pick some... because we're gonna be switching to the actual character anyways after the start. Alright. I have to leave the world in between. Hey! Look, you guys! We're alive! We're washed up on the beach. Somehow. Alright. Now we're gonna switch to the other character. Yeah, here we go. I think this is the one. Here we go. And here is my little cat girl vampire. Except she's not a vampire here, because there are no vampires in the world. This is who we'll be playing now for the rest of this playthrough. Alright. Oh yes. Look guys, we saw... Oh. Jesus. Oh, the chest. Jesus. Yeah, take some iron ore. You can always make good stuff with iron ore. Because why not? Well, the answer is I wanted to do a vampire playthrough of Skyrim. And it happened to be the one I decided to make a cat girl character. That is the answer. Oh yeah, the learning books, they're food. Oh, what was that? Need the key. There. Turn it. And we'll just stand here and wait for the column to go up slowly. I mean, can you give a reason why I shouldn't be a vampire attacker? Yeah. Oh, no, a second. Oh, there we go. Alright. Fog sponge. Don't know what that does. Alright, we'll go this way. You love the smell of spaghetti? I like spaghetti. Not sure what the smell though. Oh no. There's third person view in the vanilla game. Ah. I spent way too time. See, most people play Skyrim first person. I spent way too much time creating my character and installing a gajillion animation mods to not play in third person. Well, we're just gonna quickly take everything here and get out before we die. Well, you did tell me that you hate fantasy, so that's kind of understandable. Maybe you'll like Fallout 4 more, because I want to play that on stream sometime. Oh yeah, here, Enderal beer. Yum. Oh look, more books. Can you just eat the books? Oh. I do not have enough learning points. Oh. I see. So it costs points to eat a book. So you can't just eat as many books as you want. Oh yeah, so this is one of the rooms from that weird dream we had with all the shouty voices. Hey, look! This machine. Why does it seem so familiar? Oh, oops. And we have to go down here. Hey, this thing will be very important for the plot later. Spoilers. In case that wasn't obvious. Okay. And then here. Hey, what the heck? What's on right there? Oh, the shading was, lighting was weird, okay. I thought my tail might have been missing the texture. Keep working. Well, it's too late now, Tommy. Oh. I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna switch to the ball. Okay, I forgot. I love this robot. Look at this thing. It's bigger than I am. This bro is literally taller than my character. I love it. Look at this thing. It's a monster. Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh look. The mud elemental was carrying some money with it. Why does an elemental have money? Who knows? It is nice. Oh. Made it up. We'll go off. Yeah, look at this thing. Oh, and these arrows, unlike normal Skyrim arrows, you just fly in a straight line. There's no gravity. That'll come up later. Don't worry about it, Tony. Look at this thing. Oh, let me show you guys my third weapon. This is a big scythe. Actually, it's an axe, but it looks like a scythe. And it's good as an axe. I like it though. Alright. Woman statue. Let's go here. Into the town. Yeah, to fit with my vampire theme. But our main weapon for this playthrough will be this. It's a scythe and a gun. So we are going to beat this game with the power of gun. Oh, what's this? Magical symbol. Oh, I think that's a collectible thing. Ancient crystal coin. Ambrosia. Okay. Ambrosia is good. Yes, with the power of gun. But I miss. There we go. Good in that time. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a scythe. That's also a gun. It's just a scythe and a gun. Hard fights require tactic. Not tactics, just tactic. Yeah, that's a flintlock. It's actually the pistol from Bloodborne, I think. Yeah, we're medieval movie. Postal deer stalker. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. So I gotta warn you guys, there's a weird bug coming up at the next part where the screen goes black when it's not supposed to. But if you wait long enough, the screen does come back.
Now would you look at that? What brings you here, my dame?
But you guys gonna miss a cutscene. That's all that happens. POV, you talk smack about 3D YouTubers. Okay. So he asked us what our business was. And we're gonna say, that's a long story. Where am I here? That's not a grammatically correct sentence. And who are you?
Ha! I know that accent. You're Neremese, aren't you? Though obviously...
Oh, look, it's his friend.
There we go. Everything's locked up. At least for the night we should. Wait a second. Who's that?
Just an adventurer on her way. No reason to worry.
No reason to worry? For heck's sake, Finn! How do you know that this girl isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me if anyone showed up. And now you're standing here, having a chat with her as if we were in the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
I've got my eye on you. Touch any of our stuff, and you'll regret it. Unbelievable.
May I present Carbos, as he lives and breathes. Sorry about that just now. That's just how he is. In any case, if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind the dam house. It'll lead you to a village called Riverville. Ah, here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes... well, whatever.
Okay.
There's something peculiar about you. I don't know how else to say it. I would examine you myself, but we don't have the right equipment with us. So if I were you, who knows, maybe you caught something in that temple.
Alright.
Well, what can I tell you? This is the Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. A pretty peaceful area, except for all the animals and bandits that have recently started going crazy.
Oh no.
And, well, that's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people in Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell to an adventurer. If you ask me, what you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned shut-eye. But yes, there are some places. The Three River Watch, for example, right there below. It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters. Ah, and there's also a... by the Black Guardian. You really are an outlander. My role designated to me by Malthus. A kind of calling, if you will.
So basically, here in Enderal, we have a...
not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society. Generally the same one our fathers and forefathers. I walk the path of the erudites. And there's also the manufacturers, the sublime. Within these roles we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to an erudite. However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior. Everyone on Enderal does what they do best. And who would know better than the gods? Well, I didn't come up with it.
These gods they're talking about? Earl did.
Don't mention it. I wish you a quick recovery and safe roads. Walk blessed. Carbos, do we need the still tomorrow? Or can I clean all the tools?
Blazes, Finn, I'm playing. Don't bother me.
I guess that means no.
Oh, your arcane fever worsened from 15%.
By the righteous path. What happened to you? You look as if you've met the Black Guardian himself. Fever? Well, there could be many causes. Take a seat at the
Oh, so now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, if the strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Thank you. Grumtrudes, Grumtrudes. Ah, here we go.
Yeah. So here's the fun part. This screen should not be black. But the game is still going. There's supposed to be like a cutscene here.
So, let's see. Sheer cup, some water. Ha! Done.
Sorry about this.
I can't make any promises, but
figure out
the still.
Why this is.
Do something, damn it! Do something! Oh.
So basically, this is the part where we find out that we can see different changes.
Sod it!
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close call.
Hey, I'm sorry, alright.
Yeah, it is
Pick up a new
Skyrim.
one in Ark.
Bugs are kind of
You're
par
paying
for the
for it.
course.
Here I thought this bloody day couldn't get any worse.
This day isn't getting any better. See, you already look a lot better. Still, you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible. The grunt root potion will wane in a few days. What, you mean the still? Bad quality, and too much heat, I'd wager. But, what? Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Finn Dalleries. Died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that? I could have sworn I saw something moving over there. Oh shit! Ah!
What the?
Oh,
Carlos!
You heard an arrow.
They've hit me, Finn. Those bastards. They've hit me.
Carlos, do something, damn it!
Explosion.
Now look at that. Our mysterious survivor has awoken.
Okay. We got everything
Jaspar
back.
Matumiel Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are at my very own campsite. Before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary.
Well,
The only
Tony,
reason you're still alive is that
you
the
wanna
impact of
bandits?
the explosion threw you right into the thicket. Most of your injuries are only superficial, but your fever, well, that's
I'm
a different
sorry,
story.
Alex. You're both dead.
Quite a lot, actually. You're suffering from Arcanist's fever. Honestly, I'm surprised the old apothecarius didn't see that. Let me guess, you're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? You're unusually strong, you have reflexes like a cat, and drinking potions or any kind of magically infused substance leaves a bitter afterglow in your head.
You were talking about fighter terminology? Tony, really?
Well then, congratulations. Your magical talent just blossomed. A bit late, given your age, but it happens. Put simply, the fever is a result of your body not being able to cope with
There's a
it.
lot more despair.
It's not much of a problem
incoming.
for now, but if you don't let an Arcanist treat you sometime soon, things are going to get grim.
You were making a joke there, yeah?
Contain it,
Oh, okay.
not cure it. From here on out,
You
you're
know, I-
always going to be a
I
little
come to
more
me
sensitive than
thinking
someone without
about
magical gifts.
fighter
But that's
jet
tolerable compared to what
kind
your
of
magic will
bandit.
allow you to do.
Oh, that's so baby.
Prone to certain conditions. As I said, your fever will get worse if you drink healing potions.
Magic and Enderal
But you'll also be a
is
lot more
different from
susceptible to nightmares
magic
and those kinds of
Skyrim.
things. Also, you
There's
should be
like
very
this
cautious of
mechanic
areas
where
with magical
the
contamination,
more
such as Thalgard in the
magic you
east.
use, your arcane fever goes up.
Well, there's ambrosia, but
and you
for
have
an
to, like,
uncontained fever, it'll only postpone the
Get
symptoms.
treated.
Later, you
basically,
can
it's
drink
like
it
a
whenever the
risk
fever gets
taking
worse.
magic.
The stuff looks and tastes like undead sweat, and is bloody expensive, but it's the only thing that really helps.
Undead sweat.
You have visions?
Oh no.
Not that I know of. The only visions I've ever had are those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed. You know what? As I said, someone needs to contain your fever as soon as possible. And as it happens, I know people. But in return, I want you to tell me
like a
everything.
serious comeback.
What did you do in that temple?
Like
What's the
dragon-
story with those visions? I
using
can't
magic
put
like
my finger on it, but
has
there's
a
something
risk of
strange about
summoning
you,
demons.
and that intrigues me. What do you say? Well then, the stage is yours.
Oh, okay.
I see.
So you
My
just
condolences
told
for
him our
your
story?
loss. So, let me summarize. You somehow survived getting thrown into the
Somehow
open sea,
survived
and while you were half
getting
dead,
thrown into the
had
open
this
sea.
dream in which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light?
Blinding light. Yes, but it wasn't just a dream. It was more like a memory. The temple I saw in it was the same as the one in the valley.
Huh. And you also said that your magic didn't develop gradually, as it usually does, but all at once, right?
Right after I wash up on the shore, yes. Together with those visions.
Well, that's quite the story. I guess you know how absurd it sounds, but for some reason, I believe you. I've met a lot of liars in my life, and you aren't one of them. All right, it's settled then. I'll introduce you to my employer and ask him to treat you. Before we leave, however, there's something else I need to take care of, and I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can make for Ark.
Yeah, so...
Ark?
Sky, by the way.
The capital of this country? Walls high as towers of iron-hard stone rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned, never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by Malthus, blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth.
Both of the companions
You're going
of
to
the
see it
game are
soon.
so much better than anything in the vanilla game. They really remind me of like a BioWare kind of companion, because they really have like their own storylines and personalities and quests.
Splendid. You'll need some information before you can help me, though.
Alright, I'll help you.
I take it the fact that Vin has seen better times hasn't eluded your attention, has it? For the last 2 years, there have been wars and unrest everywhere. And even though in Enderal there is officially peace, there are peculiar things happening here, too.
We're finally out of the dialogue.
Docile animals and patirs attacking wanderers in the open. The dead awakening in hordes. It's unsettling, to say the least.
Yeah, from killer to almost dying in the sea.
The strangest thing, however, is the red madness.
Vampire Kekra. The red madness.
Yeah. It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their mind. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a smith in Ark who butchered his entire family. He was drunk, but that doesn't explain why he screamed things like "Fear the light" while he was doing it. Or a young woman of noble path who set her own house on fire while her family was asleep. Now, you might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen incidents in a very short period of time. The fact that the afflicted's eyes glow red while they go rampant has made people call the disease red madness.
Is definitely not
Thing
normal.
is, some weeks ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from the Holy Order itself. A teacher who instructs the novices aspiring to become keepers. His name was Yarrow, a man with more than 60 winners on his back. Well, according to the sole survivor, he entered the teaching room that day as usual. But instead of giving his lecture on alchemy, he gave a strange kind of speech where he kept going on about how mankind is corrupted and that it has succumbed to the void. Then his eyes started glowing, he locked the door, and blew himself up in a magical explosion.
Oh no. So what's your role in all this? You said you work for the Order, but I take it you're no monk?
I'm not one for vows and austerity, so no, I'm no keeper. My specialty is recovering lost things. Treasures, tomes, memories, and the like. And the Order hired me to do just that. They want to know how a man like Yarrow could fall victim to the red madness. And thus, if there's something like a pattern to this malady.
You're after his motives, but how can I help you with that? I don't know anything about that magister.
Doesn't matter. Yarrow grew up in a small village not far from here, and according to the Order, he visited it quite often after his partner died. What I want your help with is finding clues as to why he did what he did. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Great. First of all, I want you to travel to Riverville and talk to an old man named Alfred, a childhood friend of Yarrow's. Ask him what he makes of the incident, and whether he has any explanation for it. Secondly, a farm boy told me that he saw Yarrow throw something into the sea during his last visit there. The winds have been blowing inland the last couple of days, so go search the shoreline and see if it washed up. I myself will take a look at the house Yarrow grew up in. Ah, and here, this is a map of the region. Yarrow's house is at the blue dot. So, unless there's anything else, I'd say let's step to it. Just meet me at the farm when you're done.
Let us step to it. Alright. The Void. Okay. So... Oh, look at this world map. Where are we? Okay, so we're here. We're supposed to go here. So I guess we'll go down the mountain. Oop. Looks like combat time. Here's a wolf. Rip. Oh no, an avalanche. What do we got here? There's a deer. Okay. Do you guys like the depth of field? Like the little glare effect on distant objects? I'm not sure if I like it. Okay, we'll just go down here. And maybe good. I don't know. It's fantasy good. I'll just jump right across the river. My jump height is extra high because I am a cat girl after all. Actually, because I just hate the normal jump height. But that's how we're gonna justify it this night. This time. It's just I'm a cat girl. And therefore I can jump extra high. Okay, really? Yeah. It does look okay. Very cinematic. Okay, how far might we have made? Barely any progress. Let's save. That is probably a good idea. Oh. I'm gonna shoot the tree with the power of guns. Nothing there. Oh, it looks like he ate someone. Rip that poor guy. Oh. Wow. Just kick that right in the face. Oh, over there. Wow. I'm gonna shoot the troll. In fact, I have been a mod on several different forums, although none currently. Currently. Where I'm going. I'm just following the road, I guess. La-di-da-di-da. Oh, what's this? Is this a grave? Last turning stone. Oh, okay. I guess this is a grave. Is everybody knowing about this concert? Yep. Goodbye, wolves. You are not loved. Yeah, like I said, I have installed a great deal of many animation mods. Yeah, it's almost very terrible. Oh, translator. These are basically the same as in vanilla Skyrim. We're not gonna go in that ruin yet. Let's see. he's a little bit of an arachnophone. We're getting there. Well, I'm a little overpowered, which is why the fights are short. Oh, cows. Someone's gonna own these cows. Oh, yeah, there's a farmhouse over there. Yeah, I think Tommy hates like all insects. Your old farm. It doesn't look like there's... Oh, there is some... Oh. The hair texture is not working. Oh, like this.
Finally, some fun.
Oh. No. Spiders are technically not insects. But they are... well, it can be a bug. Bugs are not a scientific term, so anything's a bug. Alright. Well, I'll go figure out what's causing that person's hair not to loading after this stream. Yeah, you kinda get used to that, Alex. It's the famous never should have come here. Got some wolves. Wow, brutality. I do like the kill moves. And I think people generally seem to like the kill moves. Because there's not any mods, or many mods at least, that add new kill moves. Oh, what do we have here? So many plus, huh? Wow, there's so many wolves. Like, seriously, every 5 feet, there's like a dozen wolves. Alright. Where are we going? Oh, okay. I guess first we can pick up this thing on the beach. Which way should we go? We'll go this way. And just follow the river, I guess. I think I need to install a mod to make the water better. This water does not look
What
good.
is this?
Okay. My aim is not great. As I have noted, I do not play FPSs. And this is why. Dragonflies, crickets? What the heck is a kittigan? I've never heard of that before. Well, the wolf ran off. I guess we'll just ignore that. Yeah, there's some... I like dragonflies. Ooh, rats. They look like little green leaves. They're active and... anything here? Oh, skip. I don't know the 2 bucks. We'll do... Oh, found a small stash. Oh, looks like someone burned to death. Or two someone's rather. Poor guys. Or girls, you know. Kind of hard to tell when they're burnt papers. Oh, that's nice. I guess two skeletons starting a conversation. Interesting. But I think we're going here. My neck boost. We found it. Alright. I guess we should move these.
Yesterday, when Syrah and I sat under the old oak, she said something I can't get out of my head. The greatest peril in life is forgetting one's own ideals. These letters, the testimonies of my path, shall ensure that I don't. Letter 1, 8171 after starfall. Yesterday, a keeper came into the village to offer me a novitiate. Apparently, old Mother Ilana set forth the matter after she realized I was magically gifted. Grateful as I am, the matter raises a strange train of thought. Maybe, in some grotesque way, it was good that my mother died that day. Why, you ask? Because it opened my eyes. Before, it was my only wish to make Father proud. Father, a fisherman. Now, I cannot help but feel anger when observing the village folk around me. Day in, day out, they follow the same routine. Wake up, work, carouse, and sleep. Is this all they want from life? Don't they too take note of the ills in this world and have the desire to change something? Only Syrah is different. She understands what drives me, and she shares my dream of a better world. I told the keeper that I will come, but only if she is granted an apprenticeship in Ark. Thank Malthus he agreed.
Okay, well that was the first letter.
Letter 2, 8186 after starfall. 15 years have passed since my last letter. Syrah and I now live together in a small house in Ark. It's been 5 years since I undertook the holy trial, but despite what I thought, I did not join the military wing of the order. Instead, I became a magister. Why? Because the children I teach will shape the future of this world.
We are playing Enderal today.
Bloodshed already.
It is a total conversion mod for
Jesse
Skyrim.
approved Syrah's concept of the food bank. It obliges every wealthy citizen of Ark to pay a handful of pennies to the order, with which they will provide a warm meal for the undercity dwellers once a week. Their reactions embittered me. The decree does not ask for much, yet they protested as though we threatened to take their homes. I will never understand people like that. As sad as this may sound, I am happy. My life provides me with a feeling of purpose, and I still have Syrah at my side after all these years. It is strange, even though I know you will never read these lines, it almost feels as if through them I can speak to you. Syrah, I love you.
Yeah. Something. Reading the journals. Blah, blah, blah.
Syrah is dead. Killed by 2 undercity dwellers as she helped prepare the food bank.
Oh, no.
How swiftly these words are written.
Yeah, this is Skyrim.
And how can I
It's
even
Enderal,
begin to
which is a
express
mod full of
this pain,
Skyrim.
this void? Syrah always said it helps to write, yet it doesn't. I sit here watching the ink dry and the letters form the words of a stranger in my own body. I am a stranger when I wake up in the morning. I am a stranger when the sun sets at dusk. I am a stranger when I lie in bed at night. The path condemns suicide as a crime because we all have a purpose in this world. But what is mine? I look ahead and I see 30 winters of solitude. I look back and I see nothing but a trail of broken dreams. Our food bank caused brawls and murder in the Undercity. The rich forced the Trachessa to revoke the decree. So tell me, Malthus, is this my purpose? To fail?
Stranger in my own body?
Chaos in them.
Alex,
Too tired
this
to
isn't
continue
nearly
writing.
long enough to be a light novel title. All light novel titles are like, you're gonna at least be a small paragraph. There you go. Glad you can read it. And welcome to the stream. Alright, where are we going? Okay, we have to go to the village now. Wait, I'm gonna find this fast travel book. I'm curious to mention, in fact, I just right-clicked to sprint. Oh no, I'm stuck. Okay. Yeah. I just right-click the sprint, but in Skyrim, that is not sprint. That just equips your weapons. So, that was a bit of a oopsie there. Yeah, that's more like it. I woke up one morning as a stranger in my own body, and now the girl who was my sister is no longer my sister. That is perfect, Thomas. Yes. That is great, Tommy. Okay, I'm jumping up it. Okay. The old door. Oh, there's a skeleton in there. Oh, another one. Tommy, you may have a future as a light novel writer. This empty jewelry box. But that makes it even more impressive, Tommy. Oh, I'm just gonna lie. I am so tired of these wolves. This is literally the first stream, and I'm tired of the wolves already. But, oh my gosh, more wolves! There we go. I'll shoot you in the head. There we go. Seriously, you cannot walk 5 feet without encountering a dozen wolves. I don't know how there's so many wolves in this strange land. What do they even eat? Like, we've encountered some bunnies and like 2 goats. There's more predators than prey in this place. This is not a viable ecosystem. This biosphere will collapse. Soviet engineer versus elephant. We already did that. I don't know if you realize we're a little overpowered. Oh hey, look. It's one of the potato head vanilla Skyrim children. We made it to the village! Yay! Alright. What a cute little place. Riverville. Alright, we're gonna talk to this person.
Who are you?
Just a traveler. You were Alfred, right? The childhood friend of a man named Yarrow?
Yarrow. This is about his death, isn't it? The rampage.
You've heard about it?
Of course, who hasn't? Yarrow was one of us, after all. It is Terrible. Simply terrible. You want to hear an old man's opinion, though? I always expected that something like this would happen. Malphus, forgive me for talking about a keeper like that, but it's the truth.
Oh my.
Hard to explain, really. Come on, let's find somewhere to sit. It'll be easier to talk that way.
Oh no. This is gonna be a really long dialogue, isn't it? Do I have to sit down with you? Can I just stand? Okay, we'll sit down.
Well, Yarrow. That's quite a subject, you know. You were right when you said we were best friends. Our fathers knew each other. For as long as I can remember, Yarrow and I were getting into trouble together. At least, until his mother died.
That's true. Not of old age, I assume?
No. Bandits killed her in broad daylight on Penny Road.
Pants?
Today these incidents are common, but not back then. The road was considered safe. Very safe. She was on her way to Ark, accompanied by 3 other women, and they were set upon at the pass. None of them survived. Yarrow was shattered. I think the worst part was how his father went downhill after his wife's death. The fishery decayed, and the poor guy filled his days with boozing and sleeping. It changed Yarrow forever. Well, that's a good question. On the one hand, he became a man, despite his tender age. On the other hand, something inside him woke up, so to speak. A desire to make more of his life. Old Mother Jenica noticed it and took him under her wing. He learned how to read and write, and soon he knew all the holy verses by heart. When he didn't have to help his drunken father, he helped in the village as much as he could.
And a bandit. You'd have to kill yourself.
Indeed, that's one way to look at it. It wasn't long before he was the jewel of the village, the striving young fisherman destined for great things, even though he was only on the path of a manufacturer. And then the inevitable happened. A keeper of the Order came to Riverville to see the prodigy with his own eyes. And behold, in addition to Yarrow's ingenuity, he also had a slumbering magical talent. The keeper took him away, and a few months later, he started his novitiate.
Oh.
Since then,
Yeah.
I've only seen him once or twice, as he rarely visited Riverville. I don't think he ever noticed how much that hurt me. Oh, it's hard to explain. I believe it was the way he was talking about his grand plans. How he wanted to make the world a better place, to become the greatest keeper since Lorem Waterblade. Underneath all this, there was an anger.
It's perfectly fine.
An anger mixed with deep grief and disappointment. I don't think he was aware of it because he drew all his strength from that anger. The strength to do all this, to learn and to work day and night, but it frightened me, like the Blue Death. It slumbers inside the pathless mage who believes he can master magic without the Order's help. At first, it grants power, but then, one day, it bursts out in an unholy wave of destruction, turning him into one of the monsters in the old songs.
Are not interested in watching movies or reading books, and we don't want this kind of dialogue, really long dialogue.
I'm just an old man. What do I know about these matters? Now let me go to sleep, my dame. All these memories are making me weary.
It's a total mashup. This is a mashup album.
Yes, of
course. Every single article and clothing is from a different mod. But I thought the pants go really well with this, dress. That was the word I was looking for. I have to show you. Wait. Oh, this. Yeah. So. So these are like what you're supposed to wear with the dress, but I don't like this very much. It's showing a little too much skin, in my opinion. So we're wearing the pants instead. There we go. Yep. Okay. Can we fast travel back? Oh wait. Oh right. There's no fast travel in Enderal. We have to walk all the way back. You know what? For the next stream, I'm gonna install the mod that lets you fast travel. Cause, I mean, walking from place to place is fine and all, but gonna make the stream a little faster. Another walk. I don't think we can walk through here. There appears to be a mountain in the way. Or maybe we can just walk straight there. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I don't know if we can climb this. I guess not. We'll have to go around. Rip. You'd be surprised, Leah. There are a lot of, like, immersion mods that removes fast travel.
Ah, shit!
Gun. Yeah. We did listen to his ramblings for quite a while. Okay. I hear combat music, but I don't see anything. I guess it's something behind us. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep running. Okay. So we go down here. I guess we're on the other side of the river. Why are the majority of fantasy characters vaguely British? I bet it's because of Lord of the Rings. That would be my guess. Because in Lord of the Rings, everyone was vaguely British. So, that kind of just set the standard that all fantasy settings were British. Yeah, Tolkien. What? Because Tolkien was British? Is the simple answer to that. Yeah, if a question about why something is the way it is in fantasy, the answer is 90% of the time, no one okay, those guys didn't walk very well. See? That's why I forced you to watch Lord of the Rings with me, Tommy. It's a very valuable experience. It lets you appreciate culture the way it is to be interpreted. Wow. Huh. Good. I see your bow and arrow and upload with this gun. Yeah, if it's like anime or Asian inspired, or like this Chinese or Japanese, Journey to the West is a major influence. Right. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh wait, this direction I'm thinking. I'm gonna save, because we haven't saved in a while. Oh, I just did appreciate. Oh, Euro Cellar. Oh my. Oh, looks like. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's a trap. What's here? Do you hear someone breathing? Or is that just me? There's a rope trap. Okay.
Never walked back on the road.
Oh, okay. We'll just look back.
Wait. Sorry. I know. I can't sing. Well, if it isn't my new friend. Any luck?
That's it. I had a chat with this Alfred. He seems to think.
Well. That's interesting. Good work. That only leaves the mysterious object in the water. I'll have a closer look around here in the meantime.
Yeah, I found what Euro tried to get rid of. Here, have a look.
Interesting. I didn't know about his companion's fate, to be honest. Irony of fate, isn't it? Murdered by those you wanted to help. But the Order will definitely be interested in these letters. That should be all we need then. Splendid.
What about you? Did you find anything?
I did, and now I finally know what to make of it. Come, follow me.
Okay. We are following you. Except you are not moving. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now that you're moving, we can finally follow you. It's okay. I'm kind of talking over the dialogue, so it's kind of expected that you aren't catching everything. Like, you don't need to know everything. Just go to the quest marker and do
I
what
present
the quest marker's
the
telling you.
Star People's Lock. And I bet my buttocks will find another answer behind that door over there.
A Star People's Lock? I've never heard of that before.
Doesn't surprise me. This kind of lock is usually only found in treasuries or castles. But they can be picked, but that's going to be quite the challenge without the bolts.
You need bolts to open them?
Normally, yeah. It's quite simple, actually. Every keyhole has a matching bolt that latches into place once you insert it. And once all the keyholes, 5 in our case, are latched, the door the lock protects opens up. If you don't have the matching bolts, however, you should prepare yourself for the most frustrating break-in of your life. That is, if you don't happen to be Jaspar. Who knows a little trick? You can use wooden sticks instead of bolts. They'll break a couple of seconds after you put them inside the lock, but if you manage to get all 5 sticks into place before the first one breaks, you can basically trick the mechanism. It's all about speed, in other words. So I'd say you do the running, and I'll wait near the pressure plate. You ready? Splendid. Here are the sticks.
Then, let's do this.
All right, go!
Wait, where am I going? I hate this. This is the problem with playing in third person. You can't, like... Wait, where are the other two? Oh, there they are.
Damn, that was too slow. We'll try it again.
Okay.
Huh? Keep your chin up.
Okay. Now that we know where they all are, this should be hopefully a little easier.
Damn, that was too slow.
Oh.
We'll try it again.
Rip. Okay, maybe if you start from up here. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, we got it.
We're really good at this. Now let's take a look and see what the old Magister didn't want anyone to see, shall we?
You are accidentally flirting. Yeah, that was a pretty good line, Tommy. Gotta admit. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, no. Oh, ow.
A fire elemental. That leaves us with the question of what exactly this is supposed to be.
Looks like a corpse. But whose?
I suppose that's his companion. Though it's interesting that he was already on the wrong side of the law way before his rampage. Well, burials are considered heathen here in Enderal, and have been forbidden for about 300 years now. Here, corpses are always cremated. The whole thing's called the Last Journey. The deceased is taken to a place he or she considered special during his or her life, immediately after dying. That's the only way the soul can move on to the eternal paths. Sounds very poetic, but I'm pretty sure the only reason the Order introduced the law was to prevent plagues. Plus, they might have noticed that too many lost ones running around on trade routes aren't that much fun for wanderers and traveling merchants.
If you live in a... Oh, hey. Hello, you by Owen. I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome to the stream. Apologies if I have seen you before, and I don't remember. So, burying someone like that is considered a crime?
Yeah, but of course that only goes for the little man. The rich and powerful still tend to their family crypts, and there are still plenty of old vaults around from the time before this whole last journey thing was begun. And it's good that way. What would life as a treasure hunter be like without the notorious noble looking for family jewels in a century-old grave?
Wouldn't you burn all your corpses so you couldn't come back from the dead? Like, that just makes sense. Annie Gur? Oh, sure. Happy birthday, Annie Gur.
Let's take a look around and see if we find anything.
Alright, let's take a look around. So I guess this is Sarah, his dead wife. Hero's Memorial Book.
Beloved Sarah, this is my last letter. In it, I ask for forgiveness, for it was I who murdered you. No, of course, it wasn't me who held the knife, but it was me who infected you with my fallacy. The fallacy that the world wants to be saved. It doesn't. Yes, Sarah, there's still a part of me who refuses to believe these words, even as I write them. But just one look is enough to prove me a fool. We have so much, yet we are never content. We could make peace, yet we choose war. We embrace hatred over love. And no, Sarah, there is no hope, no silver lining, no matter how much we try to tell ourselves the opposite. Mankind is at its end. It has been since some mad god created it for his amusement. A Quranian philosopher once said that there comes a time in our lives when we make a choice to live virtuously, yet in austerity, or ignobly, yet in pleasure. The philosopher called this second choice choosing the void, because this is what lurks behind its pretty face. Do you see it now, Sarah? The bitter truth? They all chose the void, all but us. We who dreamed of something bigger. We who were willing to make a sacrifice for the greater good.
Yeah, that's
Just imagine what we could have done if we hadn't been alone. But we were alone from the very beginning.
Awful ways to react
Sarah,
to your wife's death.
These words do not come
This is
easy.
definitely not the way to go.
You of all people should know that. I wanted to believe there was hope. I wanted to believe that all one has to do is remain strong, but look where our idealism brought us. Here I am, in front of your dead body, murdered
austerity?
by those you
Basically
wanted to
just
help.
means
We
like,
should have fled. Fled to a
is it even
faraway
simple?
isle to grow old
like
together.
without spending money?
But we didn't. And why?
It,
Because
but
I corrupted you
in
with
the
my
economic
delusions.
sense, basically just,
I too
it means the
will
same
go,
thing, like,
Zira.
like forcing the
I don't
government
think there is
to
life after death,
save
and
money.
I do not care. But before I make my exit, I will give this world what it deserves. Do you remember? They all chose the void. They shall have it.
Living in pleasure is like playing League of Legends for you? Is it a good thing or a bad thing, Alex? Okay.
What's that? Let me see. Uh-huh. A tragic ending for a tragic personality, I'd say. Well, I think that should suffice.
What do you think about
Well, what
all
should I
this?
think about it? Yarrow was a self-righteous fool, just like all these do-gooders are. They celebrate themselves as great messiahs as long as everything goes well, but once they fail, it's the bad, bad world that's responsible for it. The wise hermit has a good saying for that. People are only idealists until it starts to hurt. He and his lady should have simply stayed in Riverville.
Yeah, just Barb has a point.
Glad you see it that
You've
way.
got a point there. Just Barb appreciates that. So what's next? Are we going to
Yeah,
Ark?
we are. Here, I've got 2 teleport scrolls that can take us right back to Riverville. Just meet me in the tavern once you're ready to go. I have some stuff to take care of, so there's no need to hurry.
Teleport
Farewell.
scrolls. Oh, come on, Tony. You need to make fun of this job. No, Sarah's, I presume this lady, the fire enemy, that was just a fire elemental, and you can summon them with magic. Alright, we're gonna use this scroll. The scroll. Oh, there we go. Okay, we are back. Yeah,
Walk
I
blessed.
fixed these texture bugs on some of the hairs. Where am I going? Okay, so yeah, going to the tavern, as you mentioned.
How am I supposed to pay homage?
I'm gonna jump over the wall with our cat-like agility. The Drunken Bee. That is certainly a name for a tavern. Yeah. Another missing beer texture around here.
Well, well,
You don't see
well.
that?
Haven't I seen this fair lady before? How about a sip of wine?
We just got a new delivery of ale. Anyone?
Here you go. So, are you ready for our little journey? It seems that Riverville's Myrid's injured, so we'll have to go by foot.
No.
Oh,
What's a
right. You wouldn't
Myrid?
know that since you're Naramese. Myrids are giant flying creatures. Quite nasty when wild, and quite useful when tamed. You can find Myrid towers all over Enderal. And for a small fee, the keepers in their Myrids can take you from point A to B in no time.
I guess
But,
that's the
as I
best
said,
travel
Riverville's
system around
Myrid's
here.
injured, so we'll have to walk. Splendid.
Let's
Let's
go.
wait until nightfall,
The
though.
sooner I get rid of
That
this
way it's
fever,
less
the
likely
better.
we'll run into an ambush in the pass. One more thing. Up to now, you've seemed more like the close combat type to me. In battle, I mean. Am I right? I knew it.
guess so, yes.
I'm asking because I was in the market just now stocking up on provisions, and I got myself some new reading material. Here, I think you might find this useful.
More books. blah blah blah, your combat-oriented skills only raised through use of learning books. Blah blah blah. What
The
are these
Arizalian
books?
in My Bed. Sensual Confessions of a Vagabond Lady. Volumes 1 and 2. You know, for the lonely nights. Jokes aside, these are learning books. From arcanists or master fencers, depending on what you read. You know how to fight, but if you want to get better, you have to enjoy reading these once in a while. You're welcome. Then off we go, I'd say. You go on ahead. Just take the route leading north out of Riverville. It'll lead us straight to the mountain pass.
Okay. Got the lock. Another keeper accompanies you now. As long as you follow the preset path, Jespar will follow you. If you leave the path and do not need to go back to Jespar. Just look out for the notification Jespar follows you again. After some moments, he'll be back at your side. If not, he will once you arrive in the...
We just got a new delivery of ale. Anyone?
Okay.
Huh? What do you want? Huh? What do you...
Alright. So, he told us to go north. So, okay. So we have to go all this way. Looks like we have a long trip ahead of us. Depending on how long it takes, I might end the stream when we get to Ark. And so,
Eager to explore, aren't you? Take your time, I'll wait. I can use a break anyway.
Is this not the correct path? What was this again? Oh, north? Oh, okay. Is this not the correct? Oh, I have to go over the bridge. Probably. Oh, there we go.
Hey, you there! You want to know a secret?
Sure.
A really great secret, you'll see. If you, wait, let me wow, there really are 30. You're great. Thank you. So, do you know... Well, last night I heard these weird He has this. Anyway, I have to go now. Thanks again.
Yeah, you're looking for high fantasy. Specifically. Oh, wait. Is this not the right one, is it? Oh. I guess he said north. So I guess we'll go this. Oh! There's signs. That's so helpful. It's okay. We don't need the money. We don't need money. There are lots of novels with only tribes. Wait, what do you mean by tribes? Alex? I bet there's gonna be like a million wolves. Yeah, we don't need money. Where we're going. Actual tribes? I'm still not sure what tribes means in this context. I'm sorry? Oh, I hear a beard. I don't see anything though. I mean, yeah, there's lots of tribes. The sounds of rain are satisfying to you? Well, I'm glad, Jason. Although I think it's a waterfall. There's no rain around here. Unless you're talking about where you happen to be in real life. In which case, I'm glad you can enjoy the win. Okay. We're not getting attacked, which is kind of good. It means it's kind of, unified. Oh, it means you love rain. Oh, here we go. Okay. There's the walls. Of course there's gonna be walls. Oh, big spider. Oh, we just share the bunny. Yeah, we'll just grab the bunny. Why is Mars? It's not Mars. I'm sure there's some... I'm sure there's some name it has. I know Skyrim. Oh.
Now look at
Please kill her. Real quick. Oh, there's more. There we go. Any more? No, not last one. Okay. Are you still on the coach road? Yes, we are. Yeah, it is a fantasy setting. So it doesn't necessarily have to have, like, our moon. So I guess it is just the moon in this world. Oh, this is pretty. Is it snowing? Alright. Just gonna keep running along. That looks like a bandit camp. Scout tower. Uh-oh. Oh, something here?
Quite the sight, isn't it? It's moments like these that make life so damn worth living. This place was once a trading post, in case you're wondering, but it's been deserted ever since the isolation.
The isolation? No, our moon never got smaller.
Yeah, that's what we call the decree that was made 30 years ago here in Enderal. Simply put, the Order decided to reduce their trade with other countries of the civilized world to a minimum. Not a very economical choice to make, but that was roughly the time when the Lightborn Eridan left Nerim. The Order was probably afraid something similar could happen in Enderal. You know, open harbors quicken the exchange of information, which in turn quickens rebellious thinking, and so on. Since the decree, trading in Enderal has been subject to very strict regulations, and only the wealthy can still afford things like Termatralian wine or Chilean spices. Anyway, since then, a lot of once flourishing trading posts have closed down, such as the Three Rivers Watch down at the Sun Coast, or this one. Yeah, if you want to take a look for yourself, feel free. If not, let's push on. We still have a good march ahead of us.
Yes, we do. So we're just gonna keep on marching. Where do we go? I don't know where we go. Oh, so we're supposed to like wrap around here? Oh, okay, so we go here. Yeah, the moon was not physically larger in the past, but it would have looked larger. Just keep running, just keep running. Just keep running. Oh. Where else?
Your choice, not mine.
Yep. Across the bridge, I guess. Oh, that's a nice spot. Like we put a bunch of ice where the steam is coming out.
Hey, you there! Yes, you!
Come
Well, that's
over
a little
here.
suspicious.
Now, I need your help. It's urgent. Hey, you there. My brother, Over. He's up the hill in that camp by the fire. But it's his turn to take watch, and I'm bloody freezing out here. Tell him to come here right now.
Or does he now? Then tell him that until he's sober, I won't move a finger width from this fire.
Okay. So do I... Okay. Over said you're an idiot who does nothing else than get plastered. Until you sober up,
What?
you won't
I'm
come.
drunk? Because this idiot made me wait out here for hours? If it weren't for him, we would be on our way back to Ark already. Tell him to move his fat ass over here right now.
Tell Over that one person... Wasn't he just stand up and go talk to him?
Oh, did he now? Well then, you tell him that what he wants interests me as much as the colour of his fucking balls.
Oh my gosh. Tell Bunvar that Omar said he is a braggart. I'm not... You're a braggart is not what I got out of that.
What? Alright, that's it. Go and kick that bloody moron's ass. Give him a knuckle sandwich. Smack him in the gob. Spank the living shit. Ah, you know what I mean. Too much of a coward for that, are you? Fine. Oh, just wait. You sodding son of a tur. I will show you who's boss.
Blazes, what idiots. Welcome to the Enderalian people, fair lady.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I appreciated that. See, yeah, so, you know, the writers may be a little full of themselves, but the dialogue is definitely leagues ahead of any actual Elder Scrolls game. Because the dialogue in Skyrim is so boring by comparison. It's like, it's not even close, honestly. And also, there are also some really long dialogue scenes in Skyrim too. So like, I can't even blame the modders too much, considering that, it's a saber-toothed tiger. Yeah, I always like it, because, like, mods like this, right, they're doing it for free, so it's a labor of love, and not like, they're not just doing it for a paycheck. Okay, I guess we have to take on this tower and kill everyone.
That's all you got.
Fight him.
You.
Now, come on. Don't make it so easy.
Let's keep going up here. Oh, we leveled up. We'll put that into mana. Oh, did we get everything? Okay, that was easy. Is there any loot up here? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. I locked it through one. Oh, yeah. In my Japanese voice mod. Oh, I just realized. My voice mod has not been working so far. I'm supposed to hear it a lot more. Yeah. That girl. You got a problem with that? Okay, so I think we keep going this way. Yeah, just keep going here. Maybe. Yes. I do like girls with glasses. Oh, thank God. The next version of my model should be coming soon. And it will have glasses. It's not going to be anything super fancy. It'll just be a nice little celebration. Yes, I do like glasses. I like girls with glasses. Guys with glasses aren't bad too. Neganade is negaby. I can get behind that. We go this way. All my Skyrim characters have glasses. It's something I won't budge on. Well, actually, that's a lie. One of them doesn't have glasses. That was because, like, they were anime, but their eyes were so huge that none of the glasses mods looked good on that. You're gonna pick Rice? Okay, that's fun, Alex. We're almost there. Oh gosh. Oh, see? There's Ark. It's a big city on a huge statue of a person. It's so big they need their own zip code. Not quite that big.
Madame?
I like
There it is.
being called Madame.
Ark. Majestic, isn't it?
It's a lot more respectful than the Skyrim guys.
Yes?
Look, you forgot to. No. You're not listening to anything. What's this? The poet plays in art. Songs to be performed. Thou art my sweet spring blossom. Your lips are as sweet as honey pie. Not compared to your golden hair. Blow me like a battle trumpet. Oh my.
Madame? Yes? Yes?
Yeah. Alright.
And here we are. And here we are. Welcome to Ark.
Welcome to Ark.
I've got some things to take care of here. So let's meet at the market once you're ready to meet Grandmaster Tealor Arenthiel and his mages in person, alright?
Tealor Arenthiel. Oh, this is a major character. Tealor Arenthiel, the former Grandmaster of the Holy Order? I thought he was imprisoned in Skyrim.
By his own son, Nerazil, yeah. But roughly 2.5 years ago, he suddenly appeared back in Enderal, accompanied by a handful of mages who once fought against him in the Great War. Weird, I know, but that's how it was.
Let me get this straight. The Lightborn's most trusted servant returned to Enderal together with his former archenemy?
He did, yeah. It seems that something happened between him and them that made them sort out their issues, you could say. They're allies now, and frankly, nobody quite knows why. You can imagine what kind of uproar that caused among the Holy Order itself. But in the end, Arenthiel got things his way. You can say what you want about him, but he never lost his charisma, that's for sure.
So that means that the Lightborn's most vicious enemies now work together with the Lightborn's most faithful servants. That's bizarre.
You're telling me. But apparently their alliance has something to do with this red madness. I guess we'll see what happens.
Can you tell me a little more about the city? Where can I find some new gear, for instance?
Oh, sure, I should have thought of that. Pardon me. Alright then. Ark is divided into 5 districts, not counting the harbor. The Foreign Quarter, where we are right now, the Marketplace, the Nobles' Quarters, the South Quarter, and the Temple. If you're looking to gear up, I guess the market would be the place to go. You can find anything there, from food to weapons, armor, and whatever else you need. If it's magical supplies and alchemy you need, however, you best try your luck in the Nobles' Quarters. But prepare yourself for some dismissive looks. Up there's also the bathing house and the theater, in case you have the coin for that. Finally, there's the temple, which is hard to overlook. Normal citizens are not permitted to enter it. And from up there, the Holy Order reigns over this country. But if all goes according to plan, you'll soon see it from the inside. And then there's the Undercity.
Undercity? That doesn't sound too inviting.
Yeah, it doesn't. And it isn't. The Undercity's a cluster of caves directly beneath our feet. And down there is where the poor and the sick live, not to mention those that the Order doesn't like to see in their neat, pretty streets in the upper city. Not a place I'd recommend you visit, at least not unless you're looking for mischievous things.
Okay, I think I'll find my way around.
Great. Then see you later and enjoy your stay.
Completed the goal. Started the first steps. Okay. We are going to save and call it a day there. Well, in this case, it's less of a trip and more of a necessary thing for gameplay purposes. Because otherwise the performance would be really bad if they tried to load the entire city in one world space. So to answer your question there. So, anyways, that's the end of today's stream. Thank you all for joining. We will definitely be continuing this next week. I haven't quite decided if it will be 1 or 2 streams. I'm thinking I also want to do some Genshin Impact next week because I've fallen quite behind on my quest, and stream seems like a good opportunity to start doing some of them. So anyways, thank you all for joining. Thank you Jason, Leo, Tommy, Alex who is off cooking rice, and everyone else who joined. Oh, and Woomy. So have a good night everyone. Good night.